Hey, good morning, Greenville and surrounding area. Scott here with you on 106.3 WGLM, Continuous Miracle Radio. So glad you're listening with us this morning. We're glad you're here. Got Mike in the studio this morning.
Hey, good morning, folks. Great day in Greenville. That's all I got for right now.
Oh,
you told me
boy.
to calm down for a minute, remember?
Please and thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
I'm just glad you were able to careen in here carefully. Didn't hit anything today.
Not yet, and I'm awake too.
And you're awake. All right,
Amazing.
we're in the bonus with
Yes,
Mike.
sir.
Got Dangerous Darren in on the dials.
Yeah, good morning.
Good to see you, sir. Thank you for your service here on a Sunday morning.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And we've got a special guest in and an old friend as well with us this morning. We brought Mike H. in,
Top of the morning to you all.
Welcome back.
and one of his new employees, Miss Tara,
Good morning.
who is instrumental in, well, I'll let you tell what her tell you what she does, but I know she does a lot. She's full speed, full tilt in the recovery community. So welcome to the show, young lady.
Thank you.
We're glad you're here with us on Continuous Miracle this morning. So to start the show, I'd like to ask you a little bit about yourself. What brought you to the recovery community?
Yeah, so I have a now 11-year-old who, during my addiction, I was going to lose. And the reality of losing her really got me into gear. So I was actively using methamphetamine via IV. And when it came to the thought of losing her, the only thing I've ever wanted to be my entire life was a mom. And I got to a point where I couldn't even be that. So when it came down to that, I knew I had to do something different, and I had to make a better example for her. So I got sober for her, and then turned it into for me. So I still...
Which it has to be.
Yes, absolutely. Has to be for yourself. So in the beginning, I was really hitting the ground running, wanting to get her back. And then that became not a reality. So then I had to hit the ground running for myself, because I have to be somebody that she's proud of when she does get to have that relationship with me. And who I used to be, she wouldn't be proud of. So I changed my ways. I started hitting meetings, getting into the work, doing the work, in outpatient therapy, went inpatient for a little bit. And yeah, I think that's the most of my story
Okay.
of how I got here.
And then you were able to become clean and sober, right?
Yeah, so my date of last use is July 31st of 2018. So if I make it there this year, I'll have 8 years.
That's amazing. Congratulations, young lady.
Thank you.
We call it clean and silver.
All right.
Clean and silver for co-addicted. I had a gentleman enlighten me to that many moons ago. And so good for you.
Thank you.
And good for your daughter, huh?
Yes.
And you're still involved in the recovery community, obviously.
Yes, so I previously was at Samaritas, and now I'm at Randy's house. I'm a recovery coach. I have I'm in the development stage of my CADC. I need to take my final exam, which means I'll be a certified alcohol and drug counselor. I am starting work with harm reduction, currently managing the Newaygo house, doing some work in Greenville, as in the recovery coaching line. And
So you're coaching the coaches. You're training the coaches.
yes, I'm going to start doing some of that as well.
Okay. How are we doing in the local community as far as having recovery coaches coming on board? You got some pretty good numbers?
I'll field that.
Yeah.
Actually,
Whoever, I'm sorry.
no, we've seen a huge growth in coaches. Back in the day, Randy's house used to do trainings. In fact, I think that's where Tara got her training.
Yes.
Was with us back in 2018.
Yes.
Yeah, back in 2018. So, we've seen a huge influx and a huge growth, and the reason for that is, I would say, if I picked out one thing, I would have to say it's the opioid settlement fund.
Okay.
That's driving that, because the state's still not funding a lot of it. A lot of it's coming from private funding through the opioid settlement fund.
Oh. Well, that's wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah, a resource, because I know, yeah, the state funding can fluctuate, as we all know, concerning the recovery community. I think you've experienced that.
Correct. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Well, and everybody and whoever's in the treatment community is going to.
Yeah, in 2019, they came in. The state came in and said, "Yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of a cutback here, and you shouldn't feel it a whole lot. It's going to be about 15% of your total budget." It wound up being about 85% of our total budget.
Oh, they had the numbers.
So you had the numbers reversed. So, but it has. We hung in there and we fought, we scrapped, and we've come out the other side. We've got some really exciting stuff coming on the horizon, and I'm going to wait to announce that, but it's big and it's cool.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about that piece that you're not ready to announce yet, but we'll have you back on the show when that time comes.
Actually, we were actually able to get Tara as part of with opioid settlement funds.
Okay.
And we should be able to lock her in and keep her around for some time to come.
Good for you.
We've found some alternatives in funding, so yeah.
Good for the recovery community and all.
Absolutely.
We need somebody who's certified, obviously, able to
And
train
qualified.
and qualified.
Because you can have a coaching certificate in your hand, and that does not make you a coach.
No.
Good coaches are really, really hard to find. It takes tremendous dedication, and it takes a really good working knowledge of the craft. And Mike can vouch for that. You have to be well-rounded.
Can I throw something
Yes,
in here?
please.
We're throwing the term around, recovery coach.
We've been waiting.
Okay, well, yeah. Well, what I see from my perspective is a person gets clean, sober, not sober yet, but they get clean and sober, and a big tenet of AA and a type of recovery programs is giving back and carrying the message. So once we get healthy enough to carry that message, we want to. And that was a juncture that you interceded in my life and allowed me to take recovery coach training through Randy's house. With that, I was able to better understand multiple pathways, which helps one meet people where they're at. It's not a question just meet them there and let them stay there. It's to meet them where they're at and help bring them to a better spot, because we've been through that. And the nuance of it is just like what you were talking about, the qualifications. If you only made one mistake, that's all you can really help somebody with. But if a guy like me, I made a bunch of them to get there. So when I learned things about those mistakes, I was able to help people better with their pathway to avoid those or not get in as deep.
You might not want to do that.
Okay, yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. But that's the nuance of learning.
Uh-huh.
Is when you're helping and when you're enabling.
And I kind of think that falls back into the harm reduction model. Like, we're trying to meet people where they're at and create this bridge to recovery. And how can we do that if we're not ever meeting them there? We can't. So in order to be able to meet people where they're at and help them move to this next step and cross this bridge, we first got to meet them there. If we never meet them, we can't help them. So
Got to find them where they're at.
yeah, I think that falls back into it.
And for me, meeting somebody where they're at doesn't necessarily mean. I see a lot of people that use the term. They say, you got to meet them where they're at. And then when you see them interacting with someone, you see the interaction almost more enabling than it is. You got to speak truths.
Yeah,
you have to
enabling.
speak truths. It does not do any good to sit there and tell somebody a lie. You have to, if their life is unmanageable, you need to point out to them. If you're happy with the way things are, carry on.
Yeah, and that's where coaches and recovery professionals like yourself come in. Somebody needs to tell the person whose life is unmanageable, addict, alcoholic, whatever the case may be, has to have the willingness and the ability to look that person in the eye and tell them the truth. And that can be uncomfortable, and that's why a lot of times family members will enable as opposed to tell a loved one the truth about what's going on in their world right now, what they see.
Yeah, no, if you're happy with going to jail for 30, 60 days at a time, continue doing what you're doing by all means.
Yeah, carry on.
But if you would like some change, here's some options for you.
Right. And a lot of times a family member doesn't have the strength to do that.
Yes.
You know?
Very,
And
very difficult.
Good chance that the family members don't know the options as well as somebody that's been around
Absolutely.
like a recovery coach.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
The connections, the resources, where they're at, how that might work out.
And I think, good recovery coaches, they already come in with all of this lived experience. And then when they start coaching and you start having these interactions with your clients, your lived experience just starts to really grow and things really start to make sense. And you're able to apply that right across the board.
As you're having a new lived experience.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's nothing but phenomenal growth. I've witnessed it and experienced it myself to a degree.
You see some growth in some people in this room, have you, Scott?
I've seen some
You
growth
better
right
off,
here in
huh?
front of me. I got to, can I get a witness?
You got one.
Yeah, we see had a little water go under this bridge around here. But yeah, the miracles that keep happening, on a daily basis. And they start with those initial interactions, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. So the initial interactions actually, I think, are probably the most important because there's so much stigma and shame in addiction that a lot of the times, if they don't see somebody that is willing to give them a hand to help them out of the gutter they're in, that there is no one. So I can speak for myself when I was in recovery. I can remember at points telling my family, like, get used to it. This is who I am. Like, I will never be any different now.
Right.
And-
You adjust to me.
Yeah. And really, the whole time, I just didn't know there was a way out for me. And so until I saw by somebody else in the recovery community that there was a way out, it seemed unattainable. And
Oh, sure.
why try something that seems unattainable? That would be like me saying I'm going to be a basketball star and I'm going to go try out tomorrow. I could do all of that, but the reality is I have a bad hip and I can't jump. So I'm not going to be a basketball star. That's unobtainable and would be a waste of my time. And I think in the recovery community or in the addiction world that a lot of people don't see a way out. They only see that it keeps getting deeper. They can just keep digging. And that's what they do until someone shows them there's a way out. And that's where I step in and I could tell them that I've been there. I've also been digging the hole deeper for myself at a point, and this is how I got help, and this is where the ladder comes from, and give them those little tools that they can help dig themselves out. Because I'm not going to pull them out themselves. They got to do that. So I'm just there to give them the tools, teach them coping skills, different ways to deal with their cravings, to try to let them give themselves a chance at life.
That's a big job. That's tall order.
It is.
Yeah.
Tall order. And you do it with multiple people, right?
Yes, multiple people.
And during the course of a day, I imagine you're a pretty busy girl.
Yes, very busy. So I also have a farm at home. So between the farm and work, very busy.
You got a farm, like an animal lover?
Yes, big animal lover.
Did that happen after you got sober?
I think before I ever became addicted, I really loved animals when I was little. But then through my addiction, I just lost all interest in anything that I liked.
Life itself.
Yeah, in life itself, absolutely. So that when I got sober, I was able to re-pick up the things I loved before, and animals was one of them. So I've hit the ground running with them. I think I'm over 200 animals. So
That's unmanageable. It's either an addiction or it's unmanageable. Pick one.
well,
Little
they all
chaos.
have a purpose. So
Well, that's good. So
When you
most
talk,
animals do have a purpose.
when you talk to me about stuff like that, I'm not thinking fuzzy little doggies. I'm thinking
Critters?
critters that you can eat. You know,
Yeah.
I had steaks and
Yep.
eggs and all that sort of stuff.
Yep, we raise for beef, and we raise the kids show in 4-H. My kids are really big into 4-H now, so a
Wait a
lot of
minute.
our animals came from for 4-H.
This gal we were talking a little bit ago, she didn't have a daughter. It was unattainable. What the heck happened?
Yeah,
You do something different?
I would.
Well, we'll talk about that when we come back on this break, because Mike just jumped the gun.
Nice.
Again. So thank you, Darren. We'll come back after this brief break here. You hear from our sponsors, Guiding Light, Randy's House, and the Mac. So come on back and join us right after this interlude.
Randomness, I had it.
Hey, that's all right.
So what are you doing now? You're doing 4-H. That's because
Yep.
that's the second part.
Yep.
What does your recovery look like today?
All right, so I'm doing 4-H. Kids are in 4-H.
My first call.
I look forward to it.
Getting ready to come back.
Scott back here with you on Continuous Miracle Radio. Thank you so much for being with us. Just want to make mention you can find all of our shows now at continuousmiracle.net. We're also available anytime, 24/7 on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify,
Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio.
Indeed, or no, what's it? iTunes, excuse me.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so we're out there. Anytime you'd like to watch a show or listen to a show, just type in Continuous Miracle Radio, and we'll pop right up for you. And we appreciate you listening. So what were you,
Mumbling about?
prior to the break there? You were on to something.
Well, yeah, I noted it when Tara left out that part about where she didn't have her daughter, and now she got a farm with her daughter around and doing 4-H stuff, and I think she left something out about the work she did to get there.
Yeah, what
And I was
happened
kinda
in
curious.
that interlude there? A little bit, and you don't have to share anything you're not comfortable with.
Yeah, so I guess, like I said before, my biggest motivator was being somebody my daughter could be proud of. And in order to do that, I had to get the work done. So I started taking all of the classes, all of the trainings, anything I could about recovery. And I actually never intended to work in the recovery field. I only wanted it to gain knowledge to help myself. And
Well, it worked.
it did work. So,
Motivator.
but then after a while, I started to feel stagnant. So, and we all know, at least in this room, that if stagnance leads us right back to our addictions. So I had to do some work. I had to give back. I had to be out there working with the people, seeing what's going on, knowing what's going on in the addiction field still, and how I could help people. So I started working with people, and then I could see how quick. I was working with addicts that had been sober for 8 years and relapsed over one minor inconvenience to them, it felt like.
Trivial things.
Yeah.
It's not,
So I realized how easy it could be for me to go back. And I knew that the only way I couldn't go back was if I stayed in this community and I kept doing the work and I kept putting in the hours to be better. And that was the only way, I think, to keep myself from going back, and still is.
yeah, I think that's true for a lot of folks in recovery. There's a window in there from like year 2 to year 7 where we can really. There's like a turning point in there where we start helping other people and we see the fruits of our labor.
Yeah.
As people start to become sober themselves and have life-changing experiences right before your very eyes.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's a well you can drink from,
Yes.
a spiritual well, And I never knew any of that stuff was available until I learned it myself.
Right.
Learned to practice that.
So for a guy like me, when I was recovery coaching, I learned more about those different ways to keep myself clean, sober, and growing, I should say. A line that I wanted to interject a little bit ago when you were talking was, if you're not growing, you're going.
Yes.
I've heard that here, and I've seen it happen.
Absolutely.
So as I tried to grow, it had something to do with different ways of helping people, more understanding the nuances, Mike said it, and being able to interject something at the right point to maybe make a difference in a person's life.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think learning those new things, it broadens our horizons. We're able to see things a little bit differently, and that alone helps us stay in recovery.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, if you're not growing, get going.
Yeah.
Because it's coming.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So just something about me. I ain't much, but I'm all I think about sometimes. So I'm gonna
Most
throw.
days.
Well, when I was working for Randy's house and counseling in the jail, it came to me pretty easy because I'd spent some time in jail over drinking and things like that.
Yeah.
And anyway, a fella told me last night that I was telling the people I still keep in contact with from the jail that I worked with, and I rattled off the names, and he said, we were all in the same pod together. And I just happened to be the one able to talk to them with the same kind of message that reinforced what they were trying to do. So every once in a while, it's not so much what you're saying, it's how you're saying it and reinforcing something they're already searching for or have questions about.
Yes.
A resource for them.
Absolutely. We are the resource brokers.
Yeah.
Well, I like that.
So, anyway, I was just pointing out that sometimes I didn't know how the impact I was having, and it really wasn't as much about me as much as I was the person there at the time when those people needed it. And once in a while I found myself in a spot like that, and I could be helpful.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of the times when I have somebody new in recovery, they can tell me something and I know where they're coming from because I've been there. I was saying those same things. It's like, okay. And a lot of the times it's, they're just full of it and saying these things. And I'm like, yep, I remember when I was doing that. Now I can relate to them and I cannot be mad that they're doing this because I was there. I understand it. It's part
That's
of
the importance of having somebody with lived experience.
Yes.
Being a recovery coach and being who's gotten well in recovery and then becoming a recovery coach because you've already got all those shoes and you've worn them and you've walked in them. So when that new person comes in, you know what they're running at you.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's one of the biggest things as a coach is getting people to buy into the miracle. We say it all the time. It's really hard to convince an addict that 8 years ago I was shooting dope.
Right.
And this is what I am today.
Yeah, because this miracle has occurred in my life.
Yeah. I mean, 15 years ago I lived under a bridge.
Yeah, I remember you.
Yeah. Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
So, miracles happen in the recovery community every day. We're all part of that.
Right, and before your very eyes.
Absolutely.
You want evidence? Bam.
Yep.
There it is. Let me tell you about it.
All I was thinking about when I heard this is sometimes all a person needs to know is that they're loved.
Yes.
Huge.
Yeah. And I didn't feel very lovable once I got a judge sent me there. Wasn't my idea. Every once in a while I take credit. He says,
weren't.
"Oh, okay," like hugging a cactus. They say
Yeah.
that sort of thing because I didn't love myself, and so how could anybody? But sometimes when somebody genuinely cared and I interacted with them, I saw a glimmer of hope.
Yeah. And I think a big part of it, too, is you don't know how to love yourself. How can you show love or be loved if you don't know what love is?
Wasn't that sex? Or wait a minute, that was my idea when I got here.
Yeah,
There you go.
I was going to say, that must be old thinking.
You got that
Settle down,
flaring up?
Mike.
Whole thing is still flares up
Yeah.
from time to time. I'm trying to get better, but
So
you
you
never
made
know.
some new discoveries,
Yes, sir.
which is a miracle.
It's a miracle. It works a lot better doing something a little different.
Good for everybody.
I love you, Mike. It ain't like that other one.
I remember getting on the phone and doing some ninth step work. I thought.
That's a lovely story.
And I called an old old girlfriend to tell her how sorry I was. And I obviously had ulterior motives. And she said, Mike, I have not thought about you in 15 years.
Boy, I was
There's
going to the
no
well.
apology necessary.
You might have been living in your head.
Okay. Gotcha.
Well, at least you learn what not to do, right?
I had my best Levi shirt and my best cologne on.
All recovered.
Oh, the lengths we can go to.
Absolutely.
Did the facade work?
No.
Oh, good.
Absolutely not.
Swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss.
So I've learned from some of my mistakes also, boss.
Yeah.
What not to do and what not to share.
Yeah, you don't take people home and stick them in your camper.
No.
Not anymore.
What he means, folks, is the first time he fired me, I loaned my camper to somebody.
So you learn some
mistake?
boundaries.
Yeah.
Testing.
You did what?
Good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That's how we learn
But-
some of that stuff, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I bump into things, make a few mistakes, but try something different. And, you know, and his response is, he said, did that person stand a better chance living in your camper than they did living in Randy's house? That's where he took it. It's, you know, what other chance? Did you help? He said, no, just kind of kick the can down the road, so to speak, is what it was. And that was the point he was making.
Yeah.
Enabling.
Yep. But we were talking about love and romance and stuff like this and this. But sometimes people's best intentions go awry without a little bit of...
Guidance and direction.
Yeah. And that's what I got from a sponsor. And the AA program with written literature was some kind of keep me on track guidance.
Yeah.
And that's got to be difficult for you because I'm sure predominantly, I guess you're working with women, right?
Both.
Both. Okay.
So I would say mostly with the men right now.
Oh, okay. So you got to be able to tell them pretty forthrightly.
Yes, absolutely.
What's
Boundaries.
What's what and how we're going to go about it.
Yeah, so one of my biggest things that I've prided myself on in being a coach is my boundaries, because I know as an addict in my addiction, I was going to take every limit I could and I was going to push every boundary I could. So in my recovery, I have really had to make boundaries and integrity, I guess, would be my two values that I really have to put at the front, because if I don't have boundaries, then I'm only helping people stay sick, and that's never my intention. And then if I don't have integrity, then I'll be doing things that are out of my character. And once my integrity goes, the rest of me goes.
Sure.
Follows right behind
Follow
it.
suit.
Yep. So those are the two things that I have to keep at the top. And if I keep those two values at the top, then it seems pretty easy to let the rest fall into place.
Well, it seems like a pretty prudent path.
Pretty good formula, near as I can tell.
Yeah. And you've been at it for a while, so we know it works, right?
Yeah, so I've been sober for almost 8 years, but working in the recovery community for over 5.
And where did you originally start?
Samaritas.
Some area. I mean, what town?
Oh, in Belding.
In Belding.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I was in probation and parole also in Ionia County through Samaritas.
Okay. And all that helped you become. Well, you met all the obligations of your sentence, I imagine, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And
so today you're happy, joyous, and free.
yes, I mean, I
And
still have my
helpful
struggles.
And useful and a productive member of society.
Yes. We all
Sounds like a miracle.
Continuous.
continuous. Yes.
Sometimes unless the person experiences this with maybe a family member or with themselves, it's hard to quantify what that looks like in their lives, isn't it?
Yes. And it's hard, especially for somebody that's in addiction, to see that. So if we can give them a guide or a basis of like, hey, you could do these things. These might work, they might not work, but try them.
Right.
Then at least they've got a step forward. They've got a basis to go forward instead of staying stuck.
When I make suggestions of things that worked. They may or may not work for this person in these circumstances. It's just, I wanted to make sure folks knew it just wasn't random.
No.
Try this stuff. It was
stuff that's worked for me, or that stuff that I've saw work for someone else. So different participants I've worked with over the years. One thing that really comes to my mind is a gratitude jar this guy was doing, and every time something good in his life happened, maybe he just went to therapy that day, maybe he met with his coach, maybe he went to AA, he would put a stone in his gratitude jar.
Oh.
So that way he could see a visual of that adding up, of all the positives that are happening. Because in early recovery, sometimes it feels like nothing's happening. It feels like you're doing the work, but you don't see it playing out always.
Well, time takes time.
Yes, time takes time. So if we could find, like, he was finding these little pebbles so that he could see it add up. And over time, he had a full jar, and he was like, I didn't even think I had anything going on. And I've had all of these great things happen that I was looking past. And that was the turning point for him. That was like...
And I like that idea, because a lot of times we're blind to what's actually happening in our lives, because we're human doings. You know, early in recovery, do this, do that, try this, try that.
Yes.
Life can be real busy.
Absolutely.
You know.
And we forget to enjoy the little things and the little miracles we have every day. I know for me in early recovery, it was a miracle for me to hit a meeting sometimes.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to get out of bed. I didn't want to do anything, let alone get to that meeting. So going to that meeting was that miracle for the day. And I had to count those little ones. And that was something that I lacked in early recovery. So when he gave me this idea, I have passed it on. And I'm like, hey, try this. Let's see if you can notice what's happening. Like all the good. And it's worked for multiple people. So
Oh, I'm sure.
And here I am over here thinking, I remember when I had these little granddaughters that were like preschool and stuff, and we sitting in the creek and picking up the most beautiful stones. And I was just thinking, if I had a jar full of those, each one would be a memory of one of those beautiful times with one of my... I'm going to have to go back to the creek.
yeah,
Thanks for the idea.
no problem.
See if there's any water in it first.
Well, we're going to have a kayak trip at Tamac on like the 27th of June if there's enough water in the flat, they tell me.
All right, that'll be your stone chance.
And then maybe, they'll be floating past and I'll be picking stones up and thinking of what Tara told me. Away we go.
There we go.
We'll have to remind Mike, we're over here.
No, come on, I got stones to pick up here.
All right, do as you damn well, please.
Okay. I got an excuse now. Thank you.
Anytime.
But no, those are the helpful ideas you offer to people. Oh, well, one of them, obviously.
Yeah.
But I've found I'm a visual, so when I see something visually growing like that, and then I can acknowledge that. You know, okay, good things are happening.
Yeah.
And good things are happening right now because Darren's telling me we're going to take a little break. But I love that idea. Because most of us, when we come around early, it was just make a gratitude list.
Yeah.
But and then we do what we do with those. But gratitude stone jar. Interesting. Come on back and join us after these brief messages from our sponsors. So grateful you're with us this morning listening.
Should we tell them there's a shoe drive on today outside? Dylan just said yeah.
Hey, yes?
Yeah.
The only reason I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, I had the triathlon yesterday and this today, so
Did you win or
How'd
did you
you
just
do?
watch? Okay.
I ran with Phil Tower and I did nothing. I sat in here.
I actually got a picture of me spiking a volleyball where this part of my arm is on the top.
Scott
of
back
that.
here with you on Continuous Miracle Radio. Mike over here telling stories.
Showing off.
Showing off and telling stories. Sober stories. They're even funnier. Yeah, we got Mike H. and Tara in here with us this morning from Randy's house. Oh, yeah, Darren's reminded me if anyone wants to give us a call, maybe have a question for Tara or Mike, 616-754-1063. Feel free to give us a call. We'll answer a question best as you can. And, that's what we're trying to do here. Bring some experience, strength, and hope to the recovery community and anybody who may be curious about it. So back to Tara, and you've come through 8 years getting sober, staying sober, clean and sober, and are you married or you got married?
Yep, I am married.
Okay.
I have a husband and three
Well,
stepkids.
that's part of being married.
Yes, well, and 3 stepkids come with him.
Oh,
They're a package
okay.
deal, so I had to share them in there.
Okay.
So the kids I talk about being in 4-H are actually my stepkids. I still do not have contact with my biological daughter.
Oh, okay. That's unfortunate.
Yes.
But are you working on that too?
Yes, still working
Okay.
on it actively.
I imagine. You seem like a pretty active girl. I imagine that's a piece of what you do too. So.
Yes, absolutely.
So you wound up getting sober, clean sober, and come along, got married,
Yes.
and now you're staying locally here, and you've got a farm, is what you told me.
Yes, we have a farm. We have goats, pigs, chickens, ducks, geese, rabbits, cows. I'm probably missing something.
That sounds like a full-time job in and of itself.
It can be. It's kidding season right now for our goats. So all of our goats are having babies right now. So it's keeping me pretty busy.
They call it kidding?
Yes.
Now you're joking.
Oh, yeah,
You're
you know where I
joking.
want to go. You don't know where I went with that. You're kidding? Good for you.
Yeah.
Goats running all over the place, pigs, cows, stuff.
Yep. I do goat snuggling on the weekends too, usually.
What?
Goat snuggling.
What is goat snuggling?
Sounds
So-
like a chargeable service.
It is a chargeable service. So we charge people $5 to come for as long as they want to snuggle goats.
Oh.
And we have baby goats hopping all around.
No, I think he meant you could get charged.
Chargeable offense.
My memory of farm days is that an old billy goat, rather stinky animal.
They are.
All right, do you pay extra to hug a billy goat?
We actually don't keep our billy goat at our farm. So we rent
Okay,
him
still
because
true.
he stinks too bad. So,
You folks don't want to know what a billy goat does to smell like it. We'll leave that alone.
yep.
It's a family radio show.
But she stayed sober through all this.
Yeah, she's seen it too.
And that's a miracle. Well, those goats can be a handful. Well,
Yes.
good for you. That's
That's what snuggling's about, a handful.
yeah.
Yep.
Thanks for sharing, Mike.
I'm here for you.
So we go back to Tara here. Are you through, sir?
No, stop.
I was waiting. No, we're not doing that. So she's gone from being a person in addiction, following through on her disease, to a person who's become recovered in 8 years. There's been a lot of pitfalls or a lot of experiences along the way with this lived experience for the last 8 years. Got married, and now she helps her husband
Yep.
and 3 stepchildren operate a farm with over 200 animals, and is plugged in full-time to the recovery community and works full-time as a recovery coach, right?
Yes.
And what's your official title?
Recovery coach.
Okay. Make sure I got it all right.
Trying to talk Mike into making me COO, but he is seeming to not retire yet.
Mike can't even
She's
spell.
knocking on the door.
Yeah,
Mike
I
can't
am.
even spell COO. So. Let me work with him a little bit. Here we get him there.
All right. Deal.
Keep going. I'll be over here working with
But
Mike.
what I'm describing, what you're describing to us, is nothing less than a continuous miracle.
Yes, I would say it's absolutely a miracle.
And you've been an active participant in this whole thing.
Yes.
Because none of it happened by itself.
Yeah. And
Maybe
many
a
of
little
us,
help from a higher power.
yeah, absolutely. And I think back to what you just said, it's a miracle. And I know it's a miracle because a lot of my friends haven't made it out alive.
Oh no,
So for me to make it out alive, that is the miracle.
exactly right.
And I can't give up on that miracle now. I just got to keep fighting for it for those who didn't make it out.
And I don't know about, well, I do know about you guys, but we see so many people here locally follow a similar track. You know, get sober, stay sober, help other folks achieve sobriety, go on to live productive and useful, and help lives. that miracle keeps reoccurring. And that's one of the intents of this program, is to make sure folks are aware of that. It can happen for any of us. Obviously, you've got 4 people in the studio right now sitting in front of you who have experienced it. That's not an accident. No, it really happens in real time.
And I hope it doesn't get lost on anybody that every person in here, and I don't know about Darren's story, but I know that the 4 people who are sitting here in this broadcast all came from a really dark place in addiction,
Right.
and didn't just visit it.
I wallered in it.
Absolutely, and lived there for a good portion of their lives. Anything is possible in recovery. Anything. I tell people that all the time. Whatever your dream is, latch onto it with both hands. You gotta be willing to work for it. Nobody's gonna give it to you.
No.
But you've got it's all obtainable, all of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I live a life today that I wake up in the morning and I think, good Lord, is this really my life?
Mm-hmm.
I woke up in a warm bed. I'm going to go take a hot shower.
Reminds me of that old Talking Heads song. How did I get here?
Yeah, how did I get here? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Love it.
So, yeah, I mean, all things are possible in recovery. All things are possible.
Yeah. And they happen continuously. We see it.
Continuous miracle.
Yeah, we see it. It's what keeps me coming around. I love to see those miracles go happening, real time. Look what's going on with this person. That's fantastic.
Yeah, and like Mike said, I mean, you're going to have to work for it. We're not going to pull you out of your hole, but we're going to hand you a shovel until you start digging.
Or stop.
Yeah. Start filling that hole back in.
Yeah, start pulling it back
First we tell
in.
you to stop, then we send a ladder down, you come up, and then we tell you to fill the hole back in.
And that's the crazy thing about recovery also is, I mean, if you're doing it right, you start out with that the same shovel that you used to dig your hole is the shovel that you use to start filling in your hole, and before you know it, there's a backhoe waiting for you.
Yeah.
And you get you get on that backhoe, and you really start filling in that hole, and
Swinging it.
Absolutely. Before you know it, you're above ground. Your head's above ground, and your life is on track, and things are better. Doesn't mean that everything's perfect in recovery, but it sure means you got a lot better chance at perfection.
Yeah, well, nothing's perfect in anything,
Absolutely.
any aspect of the world, but you're gonna dent things up a good bit coming out of that hole.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It
I did.
It didn't put me on some spiritual mountaintop, but it really put me on a level playing field with the rest of the
betcha.
world
You
by
betcha.
doing that work.
It allowed you to use some of the gifts that you were God given.
Yeah.
I don't think I developed any new traits. I don't think I became a new person per se overall. I think a lot of my traits are still the same as they were.
Yeah,
They're
they were
just
inherent.
Absolutely.
Rumor has it you're a much nicer person too.
Oh boy, that's the rumor you heard. I heard it the other way.
I give you a hug when I see you. Today. I know better.
Well, he's a little more amiable than it was when I met him.
Yeah.
You get along pretty well today, don't you?
You
sir?
bet. You bet.
So back to you, young lady. So you're raising these kids. You're running while you're helping operate this farm.
Yes.
So how do you do all this? I mean, and then you're helping in 2 different recovery houses. I mean, you got to be a woman of action.
I stay in action. That's how I do it. And it keeps me sober. So even though it seems like a lot, it's what keeps me sober. And if I stop doing it, then I'll step backwards. And I'm not trying to move backwards at this point in my life. I'm only trying to keep going up. And for those gamer kids, I'm just trying to level up again.
Oh.
And
Yeah,
so,
let's talk to the gamer kids.
yeah.
Because they're out there.
Yep. And so how can I get to that next level? And for me, it's by doing all of these things, by being active in my recovery community, by seeing the miracles that are happening in every person that I work with, and getting to go home at the end of the night and cuddle with my animals and take care of them. I mean, I guess that part is probably the biggest part of it that also keeps me going. I don't have time to do anything else at this point, so
I think what she's got that a lot of people discover when they come into the recovery community is you got a huge heart.
yes.
And you made that discovery too, didn't you?
Yes, absolutely.
In all of that, I get that a body in motion stays in motion. It's the old saying.
Inertia.
Absolutely. So once you get clean, and I'm not saying methamphetamine addicts aren't active.
They're not productive.
They're not productive. Exactly.
Useful and helpful.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Other side of the spectrum.
Yeah. Scrapping cans is not.
Somebody has to do it.
It requires a lot of energy, but it's probably not going to be your
Career path.
career path. Exactly.
And I liked when you said that, because that's been one of my biggest motivators, is anytime I start feeling down, or even on a day where I just don't want to do chores, in my head, I'm always saying, a body in motion stays in motion. A body in motion stays in motion. So that's one thing that just keeps me going. It makes me get up and get moving, even when I don't want to. Because there will be days that you don't want to get up and get moving, but it's important that you
I'm
do.
familiar with those.
Mama said that.
But I do it
days like
anyway.
this.
Yeah. But I do it anyway.
Yeah, we have to, in order to keep moving forward, to get to that next level.
See what happens next.
Yeah, to unlock our true potential.
It's always an adventure. That's why I try and explain that to some of the newer folks, that recovery can be an adventure. You don't know.
It is.
Yeah. You don't know. Well, you don't know what a higher power has in store for you in your life.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I can guarantee you this, you'll never discover it if you keep living the life you're living.
Yeah, and if you don't try, you got to try.
Yeah. So you got to do things different to make some of the discoveries that everyone in this room has made, living a different life. Miracle making.
And then when I learned that something different, I had to kind of repeat that stuff.
Well, we had to refine it for you.
Yes, sir. I'm working on it, folks. I really am.
But you're making great strides.
I should work on my driving a little bit more, but the rest was coming right along.
We set some cones up for you, take you out of the parking
Didn't
lot.
she just tell me a while ago some things are almost unattainable?
No, it's within the realm. Don't let me squelch that for you.
Okay.
What do
Well,
you think, Mike?
If you want to drive the bus, go get a chauffeur's license.
Yeah, that'll be
You
your
got to
next,
start somewhere.
your next job.
I don't want to drive the bus. I just want to stop crashing the car. Maybe I'll pay attention, like you
Ooh.
said. Start.
Well, you got some opportunities coming up. We're going to be doing a little traveling here. So
Yeah.
get home and maybe go to some places and do a couple live remotes. Those are fun. So we like to get out into the recovery community because it's all real. It's all happening right here in our local area. And we like to be a part of that continuous miracle and see these folks live and in person. That's the important part for me. That's where higher power shows up in my life. I can see it within the other folks in the community coming live, and it's a beautiful thing. I don't know, Mike probably doesn't see that so much, but he's
Well,
it's kind of hard to see from a hospital bed. So.
people keep reporting back to me, so I know it's going on still.
What about you, Mike? How you feeling on this fine Sunday? I know we got an upcoming show we're gonna have. Don't leak that out yet, but things good at Randy's house.
Things are great. We just we've got some really big stuff coming. And again, I don't want to go into it right now.
No.
But
Not asking you to.
I'd like to. We've got a new director in our harm reduction field, and she's done some big things. And I'm not gonna. I want to be sure to mention Lisa Day, who has. She's our CFO. She does an outstanding job of investigating what's out there and then helping us to obtain it.
Thank you, Lisa.
So yeah, thank you, Lisa.
Absolutely.
So we just got some really, really cool stuff coming. That I think the community is going to be a little bit surprised, and I know that
We like surprises.
you bet. And I know that we got a new van.
Rock.
That's really
Don't.
that's really cool.
Let me. I get over so I can come help.
Mike can't drive it.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
So we've just got we've got some really cool stuff coming up. Stay in tune, and
So
more will be revealed.
We talk about get going or get growing. You've been growing.
We've
right?
been growing.
Attaboy.
We've been growing.
Yeah, because we need you out here
Yeah.
in the recovery
So-
community. And young folks like this.
Absolutely. Yeah, Tara does a absolutely wonderful job for us. Absolutely wonderful job. So we've had 2 recent hires that are absolute dynamos. You'll meet one of them, Jody Snyder. She's the director of the harm reduction program. She's gonna hopefully you'll have her on here before long. And
Yeah, I'd love to. So
she's a great lady. So
we'll bring her in, and we'll have her on the show with us. Tara, I want to thank you, my dear,
Thank you for having me.
for your example, number 1, and all that you're doing, number 2, with your recovery.
Thank you.
I love it when I see somebody get actively engaged and put that into their own world to be beneficial to other people. So this is Scott with Continuous Miracle Radio signing off for another week. Come on back and join us next week as we got a special guest on for you. Come on back. That's a wrap.
It was. Thanks.
nice job.
My hands are sweaty when I shook your hand.
That's
Could you
okay.
tell?
Yeah.
My hands are sweating bad.
It's okay.
I almost felt like
They
I was
didn't-